Hello, friends. It's Leah. Just want to make sure everything looks good and is live. Oh, it hasn't caught up with me yet. There, we are live. Hello, friends. Let me get my screen all situated here the way that I like to be able to view it. And we will start chatting. All right. Click on that. Okay, perfect. Well, hello, friends. Hi to Sherla and to Christy and Lee. Hi, guys. So glad you're here. I'm ready and waiting for some fun Papertrey Ink crafting today. I'm super excited all about Valentine's Day, so I figured it was fitting to wear my All You Need Is Love in Montana shirt. I don't get to wear this shirt all that often, although I could probably wear it all year. Um, but I typically only wear it around Valentine's Day. Hello, Tracy, and hi. I'm not sure if it's Chris or Courtney, maybe both, but hello. And hi, Mitchie. So glad you guys are here. So today we are going to make a really fun Valentine's Day card. The main product is Tears of Cheer. Now, Tears of Cheer was initially a Christmas themed set. They did a Valentine's Day and an Easter add-on. We're doing the Valentine's Day add-on today, which I'm super excited for. And then a couple of other goodies that I'll show you when I flip my camera around. Oh, thank you. I love this shirt. Closed captioning said, I said, hi, Sherlock. Super. Closed captioning is always there for a good laugh. Hi, Roxanne. So glad you're joining me. Definitely keeping warm. It's been a little chilly here, but no snow. Texas has more snow than we do currently. We've been getting photos from my mother-in-law sharing all of the snow that she has had at her place in Texas. Hi, Louise. So glad you're jumping on and joining me today. So before we get going with our Papertrey Ink card, let's just do a little bit of Leah Lawson Creates overview. Hi, Holly. Hi, Kara. So glad you're jumping on. Looks like Lee got some snow in Colorado, finally. Oh my goodness, Tracy has 4 feet of snow. I would gladly take some. Hi, Louise. And Holly's is technically not snow. Frozen, sleety, icy stuff. Ugh. Hi, Joy. So glad you're joining. Okay, back to what I was saying. Let's go over some Leah Lawson Creates news first before we get going on our Papertrey Ink Valentine's Day Live. So if you're not an email subscriber, I sent out an email yesterday with an announcement that I am one of the instructors for the March 2026 SBC Fest with Scrapbook.com, which I'm super excited for. It's going to be super fun. And so that big announcement was yesterday at Scrapbook.com. If you didn't get my email, you can sign up now. I actually left the link. So when you sign up for an email from me, you get a little message. And in there is like a link to my last email. So even though technically my last email was for this live, I left the link for this SBC Fest email in there for now. So for, the next week or so, for people that sign up new to my email, they will get access to that original email that sent out. I'm sure I'll send it out again here and there with the SBC, just, promoting the SBC Fest event as it gets closer. So it's Friday, March 13th. I think it takes up most of the day. I know a lot of people work on Fridays. Totally understandable if you can't make it live. The great thing about it is it takes place on right here on YouTube on the scrapbook.com channel. So you can watch that replay anytime. So you can watch it over and over again. I think they're pretty good about time stamping each instructor's portion, so it's really easy to find. So they've got it dialed in. They've done a lot of SBC fests now, so super exciting news. I'm going to actually come back to that, Holly. Give me a minute. So there is a couple of fun things. So you can the event is totally free. So you can shop your stash and use anything for the classes that you see fit. But I will say that the kits are really fun. There's a lot of new product in all of the instructors' kits, and they're at like a fabulous discount. Like my kit by itself is 73% off. So it's $26.99, normally $101. So pretty amazing savings on all of the class kits. And then they have the big bundle, which you can do, which I think is valued at $655 or something like that. And it's two something, 229 or something like that. So it's like 65% off retail. And all of their discount codes apply as long as all of like their freebies and all of that. So currently I think they have a 13% off discount code happening. I think the discount code is crafty. So in my video description, there is a link to like crafty sales, I think is the link. You can find that in there. And then on my blog, I did a post all for SBC Fest as well. So if you just go to leahlawsoncreates.com and poke around, you can find all of these fun details and goodies there. So I would love for you to join me. You can purchase my kit or the ultimate kit, or just shop your stash and use what you have on. I'm totally down with whatever. So I would love for y'all to join me for that. So it's obviously I won't be live on my channel that day. I will be in the comments of SBC Fest on that day. And yay, Shirla already ordered my kit. Okay, so Holly made a funny comment. She says, "How did you rattle off 2026 so easily? My brain still thinks 2025." So for some reason, verbally, I'm fine at it. But so I date all of my folders that I keep, like my card images and graphics and all of that in. And I swear to you, I kid you not, pretty much every single day I have to go and rename one because I put 2025 on the end of it. So you're not the only one. I may be able to rattle 2026 off verbally, but in here, when I'm like creating folders and typing things, I still 100% type 2025. So you're not alone on that. All right. I chatted a lot there, so I'm going to make sure and welcome anybody that I might have missed. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Deborah. And hi, Amrita. Oh, thank you, Wendy. I'm glad to hear that. My video feed is so clear. I try really hard to get good video feed. So, sometimes home internet bleeps here and there, but for the most part, I've been pretty happy with the internet we have, and I've been pretty happy with my camera setup. So I'm really happy to hear that. Okay, Lee, I will say, I don't say 1995. I will give that one to you. I wasn't even graduated from high school yet. Anyway, so SBC Fest announcement, that was super cool. I wanted to mention a featured deal that scrapbook.com has right now. You know the Rose Quartz Scout that I use all of the time? It's on a deal with a magic mat, and it's like 30, almost 40% off, I think. So poke around my crafty sale page and check out all of the fantastic deals. Scrapbook.com put out a ton of amazing deals for SBC Fest announcement week. So definitely check on all of those things if you're going to grab a kit or the ultimate bundle, whatever that may be. So definitely check that out. So I have talked for too long. Let's flip cameras around and let's get going on some crafting stuff. Okay, just make sure this is as straight as possible. There we go. Highly caffeinated. Well, that's fair. Okay, so these are the products that I plan to feature today from Papertrey Ink. So as mentioned, Tears of Cheer is the main larger set, and it started out, and it is a Christmas themed set. It's so darn cute. We won't be using all of the items from this set, but we will be using some of the main pieces like the actual tier and the little ladder and the frame. So we do need the original stamp set and the original die set. So as mentioned, it has a little Valentine's Day add-on, which we're going to feature almost everything on here. Not quite everything, but almost everything is going to be featured. And it has a little die set as well. We've got these fun, playful scallops. You know I love a great finishing die to anchor my design. And look at how cute these are. It was kind of like a little wonky edge. So about every other scallop or so, one's a little larger, one's a little smaller. It's just super cute. And I think it's going to add, just like the title says, I think it's going to add a playful element to the design. And then for our background, we're going to feature this hearts and stripes stencil. In the end, it looks like this. I think it's going to be so much fun. I have been all about the Valentine's Day and loved themed cards. And I think I know why I've been so obsessed with it this year. Valentine's Day is one of my favorite days to create cards for. I just love the product. I love the love theme and all of that. And last year, I only got to make like one or two because we were in the middle of packing, prepping a house to put on the market, and moving. So I didn't really get to do all of that much Valentine's Day crafting last year. So I think I'm making up for lost time and just having an absolute blast with all of the fun Valentine's Day goodies that are out there, both old and new. Oh, thank you, Shannon. I appreciate that. I love to hear that. I'm glad that I am glad that comes out. That would definitely be my main hope there. Okay, first, but can I show you guys my other cards from Friday? So we're gonna get going on these cards here soon. But last Friday, we created this really cute classic Pooh card together. And so this is the one I finished. Lee, I will have you note that I added the little glitter layer behind the sentiments just to give them a little differentiation from the background. And I think that was really super helpful. But then I had to show you guys the other two cards that I created with the backgrounds that we did together. So here is the ink blended foiled background. And like, so the You're Stuck With Me sentiment is from the December clubs from Spellbinders. It was the clear stamp and die, which last I checked, it is available for sale individually now. So and I just thought the You're Stuck With Me sentiment with the honey was like the cutest thing. Oh my goodness. So and then I added the little postage frame. So this was actually from the January clubs, the large die from the January clubs that I just turned into a frame. So I am just dying over this little Pooh Bear in there. So that was the ink blended, the foiled panel that we ink blended together. This is what I created from that. I will share these on social media soon. I haven't yet, but I will. So, and then with the, so I always break out my solid foil plate and foil the leftover. And I tend to turn the solid foil images into shakers just because the solid foiled images are really bold. And I always feel like when you add a shaker mix on top of it, it kind of breaks it up and doesn't make it so much. And then I use one of the foiled sentiments we did together. Sometimes the smallest things take up the most room in your heart. I added a little piglet. I kept kind of covered in glitter, but I kept Piglet's house free and kind of put Piglet next to it. Just a nod to the 100 Acre Wood background. And then the little shaker bits are actually, it's called pink frosting. And I got them from scrapbook.com, or excuse me, I got them from I got them from Spellbinders, but I think they're also available at scrapbook.com. And I added just some glitter in there too. And so I just thought those turned out so darling. So anyway, those were all three cards. I did photograph all three together, and I will be sharing them here probably in the next day or so. So you'll get to see all of those fun photos together. Okay, let's get down to business. Obviously, because I've talked so much, I'm going to go over the 1 hour mark. Hopefully that is okay with you guys. So let's go ahead and get our background nice and ink blended before we do anything else. So I need a grip mat. Probably desperately needs to be cleaned, but hopefully my cardstock will stick to it. And let me grab my piece of cardstock here. Oh, thanks, guys. I'm glad you liked them. I thought they turned out so super cute. So I was pretty thrilled, and I wanted to show them to you. So for my card today, I have picked a pink, a red, and a teal. I kind of love those colors for Valentine's Day. So I have berry sorbet and pure poppy and then tropical teal for my cards. And we're just going to use these colors all throughout. So this is a 3-piece stencil set. It creates a striped background and then with a room for these great little hearts to go on top. So we are going to start with stencil 1, and I'm just going to align it. It's basically perfectly sized for an A2 panel. So I'm just going to take my time to align it into place here. Like, hey, I love grip mats, but sometimes when the stencils are the exact size, they're a little harder to, they don't cooperate. So I'm going to kind of force it to cooperate. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you I appreciate that. And thank you, Shirla. I really appreciate that kind comments. Okay, so there's that. So you'll notice these are, you could use a little spray adhesive because those are a little ginger and they might possibly move. So you know what? We're going to trim this panel down a little bit, so I'm not going to worry about the edges. And I am just going to be careful when I ink blend, but I am going to add a little extra tape just to make sure that this stencil doesn't go anywhere. That's not much extra elements to be on the grip mat there. Thanks, guys. I'm glad you love the colors. Appreciate it. And no, Lee, you've never minded me going over, but I just wanted to preface that if you have to leave, that's perfectly okay. I understand. The replay will always be available. And then just letting you guys know we're definitely going to go longer than 1 hour. Okay. Sorry, I had to kind of wipe my nose. I am just a little, I don't know. Me and my world over here. Allergies, cold weather, I guess. I'm kind of a hot mess these days, it feels like. Okay, so we are going to start the first layer with the berry sorbet. Get this nice and inked up on these little cubes. I may need to get bigger ink pads soon, but I just don't have a lot of physical space. You know what? This is annoying me that it's not totally straight, so I'm going to realign. Pardon me while my perfectionist tendencies get in the way here, but it was annoying me a little bit that they weren't like perfectly. This one was just off, which was telling me it was going to be a little crooked. So I have to redo it. I just have to. Oh, that is so much better. So much better right there. Okay, I feel better now. All right, there we go. Oh, thanks for the reminder, Louise. If everybody could give this video a thumbs up, I would super appreciate it. It helps the reach both now and while it's on replay. And maybe we will find some more crafters to engage with my channel. My channel's still growing. This is really, truly the first year I have taken like an active approach to doing more on my channel and growing it. Like last year I did a little bit, but last year I was really, truly just getting used to working freelance and for myself and loving so much being home in Montana. And so I didn't want to overwhelm myself. So this has been my year for working on growing my YouTube channel. And I think so far so good. I want it to grow organically. I want people to find me that love crafting or want to start crafting. And I think that so far it's going super well with that. So just for, anytime that any of your favorite creators that are out there, anytime that you can share their spaces, whether it's YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or wherever they're most active on, sharing is caring. Sorry, that got me. Sharing is caring. So share people's videos, share people's posts. It really, truly does help reach, especially organic reach, because as a crafter, you probably have crafting friends and all of that. So sharing is always caring when it comes to that. Not just me, all of your favorite crafters. If you have a favorite video or if they use something that's your favorite product, it's always helpful for the creator's account to be shared and all of that fun stuff and liked. Okay, so there is our first stencil. I'm going to just gently wipe this down so I don't get a bunch of pink all over my fingers. Okay. Thanks, Louise. I appreciate that. Okay, let's see how layer 1 looks. So I tried to be really gentle because I knew that it was a little more possible that my blending brush could get underneath those pieces. Oh, and it's great. It didn't get underneath there at all. It didn't cause any haloing, ink blending, or anything. So that was perfect. Okay, I'll clean my stencils later. We got a lot to do today, so I'll clean them when the live is over. But let's go ahead and add on the next stencil. So I am now using basically the lines I just blended. I'm using those lines to align the stencil this time. And I think we'll be good here. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. So let's get those set in place here. A little tape. Don't need a lot, but a little. And then this layer we're going to do in the tropical teal. I'm going to clean my desk up from that pink ink here. I know, aren't the hearts so cute? I'm so excited to see this whole thing blended in full. It's my first time using this stencil set. So I'm super excited to feature it. So this month I've been doing Papertrey Ink lives here on my YouTube channel every single Wednesday. And I've kind of flipped between the December release, which is their most recent. I'm pretty sure Papertrey Ink is not having a January release. They're taking January off. So the December release is a good one. It's got a little bit of everything. Thank you and wedding and love. And there's a cute little home set that I want to feature here soon. So I've been taking January and I've been like every other week, I've been showcasing the December release. And then on the off weeks, I've been showcasing some favorites that I picked from last year. So on my birthday, we did a birthday bash live that featured some birthday goodies that they released last January. Fitting, you know, my birthday month. And then this is, I actually don't remember what month these were released, but this is just some of their good previously released Valentine's Day goodies. I'm assuming maybe that means they were probably released in 2024. So it's been a fun month, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to keep going with them. So, and Wednesday seems to be a good day. So hopefully that is what we will continue doing going forward. Okay, let's gently clean this guy off. As a reminder, I use tropical teal ink on this one. So let's see this big reveal. Oop. Thanks, Deborah. I love this stencil. Oh my goodness. How cute is this? Now you could 100% leave the hearts white to have a little bit of white space, but I think I'm going to go ahead and do this final heart stencil. We're just going to make this a really fun, colorful background that just really pops. So once again, I'm now using the stencil and I'm just aligning it to the stuff I've already ink blended, just centering those hearts as best as I can. Thanks, Shirla. Thanks, Chris. Courtney, I'm not sure. Can you let me know in the comments which one to call you? Maybe it's both. And then tape this guy into place. And we will... Actually, we are going to add some glitter. You'll see, I'm going to kind of do what I did last week. So I think we are going to add some glitter to this. Never fear. Okay, So this one is going to be with Pure Poppy. You know what? I grabbed this big brush, but I think I need a little brush. So give me 1 second to grab my smaller red brush. I think it'll be easier to apply. Okay, let's see here. All right, so this is my little thing of Alta new brushes. I've been loving these. I think this is the red one. Yeah, I can always clean it if it's not. I just love that they have the shorter bristles. So you just get a little bit more control over where you're putting the ink. So I'm a big fan. Been a big fan of these. I'm loving them. And this will just allow me to be able to get into that stencil opening a little bit easier than with that big old brush. Big brush is great for backgrounds, great for control over backgrounds, where you want to put the ink, but I feel like they would be a little bit harder to get into these smaller little heart openings. Shannon says she has a glitter problem. It's not a problem. It is never a problem. Glitter is not a problem. Glitter is amazing. And I say that because I put glitter and shimmer and shine on pretty much every card I make. So it's never a problem, Shannon. Never a problem. Absolutely. Gotta have some sparkle. It's not really a Leah card if it doesn't have something that sparkles, right? And we're gonna add sparkle a couple ways today. Okay. Get the red in these hearts all finished. Okay. This is Pure Poppy ink from Papertrey Ink. So I am featuring all inks from Papertrey. Of course. It's a great shade of red. It's like, it's kind of like red hot red or lipstick red almost. I love it. I did forget to link the cardstock. I think my card background is going to be the Pure Poppy cardstock as well. So keep that in mind. So I've only linked to like the main product I featured, but I have a link to the complete select supply list right below the main linked products. So you can always look and see everything that I've used. And I do add to them sometimes after the live just because I don't always know exactly everything I'm going to use. So I will need to add the Pure Poppy cardstock on there eventually. Okay, so I cleaned that off a little bit better because we are going to come back to it. But first off, we need to remove it because I need to be able to prep it with some anti-static powder. So let's just do that real quick. Oh, how cute is this, you guys? Oh, it's like wallpaper. It's like the cutest wallpaper in the world. Ah, I love it. Okay, let's prep it real quick with some anti-static powder, the whole panel. Nice and generous. Okay, then let's put the stencil back over top into place. And then we need, my embossing ink is missing, friends. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Put it in the wrong slot. That's how you know someone is a creature of habit. I put it one slot up in my ink holder over here and I could not find it. Okay, I'm just going to set these aside for now. We need this. And we're just going to, I just use this brush. It's gross. I use it. It's kind of gross and crusty, but it's perfect for daubing in embossing ink into stencils. Now you'll notice I kind of almost dab the ink in there rather than do like the blending, the helicopter, kind of more of like a dabber when I want to get some good coverage of embossing ink. Yeah, Louise, actually, that's awesome. It does kind of look like a little bit like a 50s vibe, like I Love Lucy kind of vibe a little bit. Oh, I'm glad you guys are loving it too. It's just so stinking cute. Oh my goodness. I love hearts. I love. I think it would be cute on a Valentine's Day card or, you know, a Valentine you might send to friends, family. It doesn't have to just be for romantic purposes. Okay, so let's gently, actually first things I'm going to just remove all the tape and toss it because it's kind of gross. And then let's gently remove that. Now it doesn't look like anything right now, right? But let's put this in the right slot so I don't lose track of it. But now let's grab some iridescent glitter embossing ink. And I'm going to just very gently get this off the grip mat. I need to take it off screen to do that. Pardon me, friends. Okay, so let's take this iridescent glitter embossing powder and sprinkle it over the hearts. I'm just going to do a couple rows at a time. Okay. I think I can probably do the last 3 rows all together like so. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to give it a good thump on the back. Ah, there we go. Perfect. All right, I'm going to just do a little cleanup before we heat set because I'm for sure getting little iridescent glitter sparkles everywhere. I am certain of it. So let's move this for a minute. I'm going to grab my little vacuum here. Where does it turn on? Right there. And let's get those little glitter things vacuumed up first. And then I'm going to go over with a cleaning towel too. Okay. I agree, Lee. Hearts are amazing, and they're not only reserved for romantic love. Okay, I'm going to heat set these. Now, here's the thing. A little bit of extra glitter heat sets here and there. I am not too worried about it. So I'm not going to worry about making sure that there's no leftover glitter. I'm just going to go for it. All right. So that is our fun panel. And then look, the hearts just have that little, there's always one that the glitter never stays on. That one's going to be covered, so I'm not worried about it. But look at how it's just another added little fun little layer detail that, I mean, this probably won't even photograph that well, but your recipient is surely going to see it. I just love it. I just love adding little sparkly details like that. Okay, let's let our background sit and let's do some stamping. We actually have quite a bit of stamping to do today. We've got to get all of our little tier pieces put together. So I think, so the tier itself on the stamp set is actually in 2 pieces. So I think we actually should probably die cut the tier first before we stamp it, because I think that will make it easier to line up where the tier pieces go. I don't want to try to do that and then die cut and have it not be in the right place. So let's do the die cutting first. I think that makes the most sense here. Any bling is magical. I agree. Okay, just making sure I didn't miss any questions or anything. Holly says that she uses a finger dauber when she applies embossing ink to a stencil. That's a great idea, Holly. I don't have any of those. So I just have that. I've been using that black blending brush for years, and that works great for me. But I think finger dauber would be a really awesome way to do it as well. Okay, let's go ahead and cut this tier real quick. I know, Deborah, I agree. It does. It is magical to watch iridescent glitter heat set. I agree. It's just magical. So then I'm actually going to use these pieces of tape here to put this back into place. And I'm going, oh, let me grab that piece of tape that's there, because this is just going to be my jig to make it easy to align the stamps into it. So I'm going to tape it in a few places so it doesn't move on me when we go to stamp and heat emboss it, because I'm going to heat emboss the tier in gold. Now you could always not do the stamping and just use it cut from cardstock, and that would totally work as well. Okay, let's grab our stamping platform real quick. And I think I'm going to put everything on this piece that I want heat embossed. So let's get the tiers lined up first, because they're kind of the biggest element. Okay, I totally have that off camera. Sorry about that. Okay, so let me get this aligned as best I can here. I think I can do them together. Let's find out. Ooh, no, I can't do them together. Okay, so we'll have to do one at a time, and that's okay. But I want to verify that I feel like these do. This does align, is all aligned. Ooh, that side is not aligned properly. I'm glad I checked it. Okay. Okay. Little checky check here. Okay. So we got that. So this is going to have to be a two-parter. Hey, let go. Let go. It's a sticky stamp. Let's get this back on here. And then back into place. So let's add a few of the other things that I know I want to heat emboss. So I want this cute little ladder. It is just adorable. So ladder for sure. And then I think from the Valentine's Day set, I do want the word love to be heat embossed. And then I think I want, what is that from? Huh, there's like a little black speck on there. Weird. Well, whatever. It's not on the stamp itself, so it'll be okay. So the word love. And then finally, I think we need the little frame. I want to use the little frame, and we're going to just do, it's like a little wood grain. There's a second layer, but I think I'm going to just do the main wood grain layer there. Okay, like so. So, oh, that really stuck to the stamp. So, all right, I'm probably going to have to grab that thing off again. Of course, I should have just left it. I should have just let it be, friend. Okay, make sure everything is aligned in the corner. Let's get this all nice and prepped with anti-static powder. Okay. And I did get a little red in my ink pad, but I think it'll be okay. Oof, I've got too many things on my desk. Oh, there we go. And because these are going to be heat embossed, I'm not going to worry about running over them with a eraser. Just going to go direct to the source and get it stamped. Every time it's taken my little tier. Okay, back into place here. I'm gonna do this one more time. Me too. I think this is going to be the cutest little scene. I'm so excited. Oh yeah, so I just noticed a comment from Shannon. She says that I'm seeing that being a cute background for a baby card. I agree. That'd be a super adorable baby card. Think of it in like pastels. Oh, super adorable. You know, Louise, I do have a lot of tools, but keep in mind I have been card making for many, many years. And it's also what I do for a job. So it's kind of important it's definitely important to have all of the tools. And I've gotten them over time. So, all right, we're going to do this first set of heat embossing, and then we'll come back and do the top layer of the tier here. I'm going to do gilded sparkle, just to add a little bit more sparkle to our card. Right. Leah's saying her vacuum has googly eyes. Oh my goodness. That would be cute. I might have to put, well, mine is an Anna Griffin one, so it might look a little funny having googly eyes with the color that it is. Okay. Okay, I think we have a good start. Oh, I have made a mess of glitter here. It's okay. Ah, probably should have not done that much embossing powder. But we will just clean it up again. Pretty much end every single workday with glitter all over. Okay, let's get these guys heat set, and then we'll come back and do the top of the tier, and then we'll start stamping all of the cute little elements that we're going to add to our little tier. Deborah says, I have a lot. You would think I own a store. That's fair. I think, you know, crafters, we are kind of collectors too. Collectors of things. My little thumb. Okay. So we have our first little element. I'm going to let that set up while I clean off these stamps. Now that heat embossing might have warped my, oh, I can actually see where I didn't fully get some melted, so I'll have to do that. Let's see, let me grab my heat tool again real quick because I don't want it to accidentally wipe off. Let's get that finished heat setting. There we go. So look at how cute and sparkly that is. I just love it. Okay, I think we're good. So I'm going to try to get that stuck down again. Clean a little glitter. Okay, so let's go ahead. Support beams under your, so I'm building a house this year, so maybe I need to request added support beams for underneath my office. That would be a little funny, actually. Shirla said she just bought a spinner for my card making. I'm not sure what that is. Feel free to elaborate in the comments. Okay, so the love guy can be put away here. All right, we have more stamping to do, but we're going to get the tear finished here. So let's get this on here nice and in place. Oh, I need this to be a little closer to me. So Shannon worked at a local store for a while, and so she has been building a stash for quite some time. Same. So, fun fact about me is I have been paper crafting in some form, like officially since 2018. And that's, or excuse me, 1998. That is where, that's the year I graduated from high school. And one of my aunts got me a scrapbooking kit. And in 2018, scrapbooking was like decorative scissors, paper that kind of looked like construction paper, cutting your photos into shapes and such. But that is where I got my start. And I have actually been paper crafting ever since. I scrapbooked for a while, but it kind of lost I just kind of lost my interest in it, and pretty much fully became mostly only card making, I think around 2009. It's also when I started photography school, and my days were just super, super busy. I went to an accelerated photography school, so I went to school some days from 8 in the morning until 10 at night. And so it was far easier for me to create a card than it was a scrapbooking layout. So just a little bit of information about me. And so I have been collecting things since then. I got my first Misty stamping tool not long after it debuted. I don't think I have that original one anymore, but I have pretty much every single one since that original one. I think she ended up replacing it for me after, I can't remember what it was, but there was something that was with it that happened. Anyway, so I'm babbling. All right, so let me get this guy covered in embossing powder here. Hi, Roberta. Thanks for popping on and joining me. Oh, the Dress My Crafts nano spinners. Oh, cool. I'll have to check them out. I don't even know what that is, so I'll have to check and see what it is. It sounds intriguing. I always love looking at new things. Okay, let's actually go ahead and get this guy put away. So then we will finish heat setting, and then we are going to stamp some more little goodies to go on our tiers. So let's get that. I didn't get that perfectly aligned, but we're gonna call it good. I have not heard of them, Shannon. That's amazing. All right. And look at that. You can't even tell. I was a little worried about the place where the two tiers overlapped, but you can really barely even tell. And I think once we put all of the fun elements on here, no one will ever know. And look at how sparkly it is. I just love it. I love sparkle. Okay. So inside of here, we are going to add the little XOXO stamp from the, make sure the hearts are the right way. The little XOXO image from the Valentine add-on stamp. And I think I might do a little gradient on this one. So, and gradients are so much easier with cubes. So I'm going to just do the whole thing in pink first, or berry sorbet, pardon me. And then the bottom, which is actually here, we're going to add some of that pure poppy. And then I'm going to come back with berry sorbet just over the top. And let's see how our little ombre print looks here. And I think we might need to stamp it one more time. Oh, it's super cute. But let's go ahead and stamp it just one more time. So once again, berry sorbet over the whole thing, and then pure poppy at the bottom, and then berry sorbet just to kind of smooth out that transition. And look at how darn cute that is. Such a fun start. I love it. Shirla has been stamping since 1995. That is awesome. So Shirla, I think that I, at some point in my high school life, went to a stamping party with family members. And funny, it was Valentine's Day themed product. I vaguely remember having so much fun stamping with markers. And I did there was lips, and I did an ombre gradient with pink to red on it. And I added sparkle, and I remember hearts and stuff. So I can't remember the company. I don't even remember who I went with on that. But I do remember doing some fun card making stamping classes. Oh, I totally meant to heat emboss the string. Okay, well, we're not quite done heat embossing, so let me do that real quick. We're gonna come back to this guy. I can't believe I missed that, but it's because I wasn't looking at the add-on stamp set. So let's stamp this string real quick and get it heat embossed so that we are totally officially done with the heat embossing. So I have been stamping and creating in some form for a very long part of my life too. I love that. I just think it's fun to have such a great hobby like this. Okay, maybe one more time here. I do remember they were wood stamps, but I really truly cannot remember what company it was that I did that. And it sticks in my mind because it was Valentine's Day. And maybe that's why I love creating for Valentine's Day so much, because it was kind of my first adventure foray into card making. I don't know. But oh, that's sticking very bad. There we go. Got it. So much glitter everywhere. Okay. Definitely a lot of good companies have closed, sadly. Yeah, we used to have way more companies in our industry than before, but I'm just thankful that there are still so many left. And we got to keep supporting them. That's my big thing. We all have budgets, of course, and I absolutely, stick to budgets, but that's why sharing is also so important. Share your craft with people who you love in hopes that maybe they might fall in love with it too. And I don't yet have a younger generation I can really share it with. Maybe one day my nephews, but it is definitely something. The only way we're going to keep our industry alive is if we keep it alive, right? Okay, so now this guy. This one we are going to need to die cut before we stamp, because there's only one little heart to fill in those pieces, but I want them to align as best as possible. So I'm going to take this off. We're going to die cut the banner real quick, and then come back, bring it back to a Misty, and finish stamping those hearts in each of the fun colors that we're featuring today. Okay. Yep, same, Lee. I kind of bounce around too. All right, so this is the banner die here. And you just got to find where it lines up. Like that. Okay. Gotta support small businesses. Absolutely. And then also on that same note, support your smaller crafters too. Like, so the great thing about affiliate linking is it doesn't cost you anything. Um, and the company just pays a small commission when you use a crafter's affiliate link. So be sure to use those when you are shopping. That's always super helpful for all of the crafters out there creating inspiration and such. So definitely, I try to do that with anytime that I shop. I try to do that. I find a fellow crafter and I use one of their affiliate links. Look at how cute that is. Okay, so let me grab this. And we're going to do the same thing here. This is getting so dirty, but that just means it's been well used, right? So let's put this guy back in here and tape it into place. Oh, okay, it's real stuck to the magnet there. Okay, and then let's put this back in our MISTI and let's get those hearts stamped in. So we have, oh, that's not the right stamp set. That is over here. Y'all, I need to clean. I have a mess going on and I don't know what to do with myself. So that is this little heart here. And I could have 100% just like die cut little hearts to add in there. But this has a fun little detail edge to it that I want to keep on there. So I want to do the stamping on it. Okay. It does it every time. So sticky little suckers. Oops. Get that aligned back into place. And this is a pretty solid stamp. So real quick, we're just going to do a little prep on it. Okay. Thanks, Kelly. All right, so we are just going to do this in all of the same colors we've been using. So we're going to do one in pink, berry sorbet. Woo, that was a lot, Leah. That really flung down there, and I think it moved. So we're just going to call that one good. I may have to cover that one up a little bit with, because I think the paper moved, so the heart got a little out of alignment, but I do not feel like redoing everything right now. So we might just cover up that little heart with something. All right, now let's align this guy on here. Come on up, there we go. Okay, we did berry sorbet. Let's do this one in pure poppy. Oh, so cute. That one aligned way better. Who knows? You guys know me. After the live is over, I may end up fixing it because I am somewhat of a perfectionist, but we still have quite a bit left to do, and I don't want to take your entire day here with me, so I'm going to just keep moving on. But if you see that it's magically fixed in the photo, you know it's because I redid it afterwards. I reserve the right to do that. Okay. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Dust your new stamp with embossing to stop it. That's kind of, oh, stop. It did it again. I have never heard of that. You know, I could also just do that. Should have put a magnet over it. That would have made total sense. Will it take ink then? I have so many questions on that. Okay, And then Totally Teal is our final one here. Oh, so darn cute. Even though the one heart's a little wonky, I mean, how darn cute is that? All right, let's add that guy up there. What do we have to do next? We have a few more things we got to do here. We've got to stamp the XO, the heart, the birds, and one of the coffee mugs. Okay. We're going to get there, friends. Like I said, I think we're going to go a little longer. Now, I did pre-cut the O because the die is solid. So I don't know that I was going to be able to see that. So we've got the X and the O. Nothing wrong with wonky, it's handmade. I know, and I know that I say that every time, but my little inner perfectionist is like, fix it, fix it. I may or may not. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it looks up when it ends up on the actual card. And if I feel like it sticks out like a sore thumb, I might fix it, or I may just go with it. Okay, so we have X and O here. Yeah, did the same thing, of course. Let's prep these guys as well. Hi, Sissy Sue. It's handmade, not Hallmark. I know, that's like my slogan. Sometimes my inner perfectionist takes over. It will be okay. Thanks, Lee. I appreciate that. Okay, good to know. Thank you for that information, Roberta. I really had no idea that you could do that. So I will keep that in mind. Okay, so XO, what colors do I want it to be in? I haven't featured the teal as much. So maybe we'll do the hug in teal. So the X. And then the O in pure poppy, because we're going to use more pink here in a minute. So we may need to, I bet you will probably need to stamp those one more time. Actually, the O is fine, but the X definitely is going to need to be, straight out the wrong way. Done. So I am happy with the O. So the O is going to go away. But let's stamp that X one more time. Get a little better coverage on it. Oof, that got real dark. Ooh, I don't love it. Okay, we're just going to restamp it. It's fine. So I'm going to clean it. That one's going to go in the trash. And we're just going to move it down one. And I'm going to restamp because I don't love it that dark. So here's hoping that this time around it will stamp a little better. Maybe a little bit more better about getting the entire stamp covered. Oh, that's better. I know it probably looks exactly the same on screen, but this is just a titch lighter, and that is what I want. I didn't want it to be so dark. Ooh, fun. The Mickey Mouse Valentine add-on I need to work with. So I actually don't have the Mickey Mouse die set, but I got the Valentine add-on because I have a really fun idea for using it without the actual Mickey add-on. Let's do the little birds. There's two of them. So I am excited to, and then we need the little heart as well, which is going to be in that tag. So I have a fun idea using the Valentine's Day add-on without the actual, whoa, without the actual add-on. Don't get your magnet on your dies. It grabs every single one of them. Oh, hi, Kelly. You had a power outage. Oof, that's not fun. Glad you're back, though. So I'm glad to know that. I will try using my powder tool the next time I have to do stuff like this where I have to pre-die cut a little bit just because the die is solid and not open on the inside. I'm going to try it out and see how it works. I did not think that it would stamp through the powder so as well. I mean, I know that embossing ink stamps through the powder, but I wasn't sure that dye ink would. Oh, thanks, Sissy Sue. Sure, I haven't created that card yet, so I will be sure to share it once I'm finished creating with it. Okay, so the heart, these are all going to be pink. This is why I put these all together. I planned on all of these being berry sorbet. All right, and I'm going to stamp them one more time. Thanks, Roxanne. Yeah, on last Friday, it may have even been tied between the classic Pooh Baby products and the Mickey, but I made a judgment call to use the classic Pooh because that Valentine's add-on from the Mickey Valentine add-on from Spellbinders was sold out. I haven't checked to see if it's been restocked yet, but I'll still get it done and then probably share it. I'll share it on my blog and then I'll probably share it on social media once it is restocked, just as a reminder that you can grab it again. Okay, so put these guys away. We've got just a little bit more stamping to do, and then we have to do some final die cutting, and then we can get our card assembled and we will be done. So I have a feeling I may go until about 2:30, hopefully, and that's 2:30 my time. So hopefully you guys are okay with that. Now, if you have to duck out and leave, I totally understand. And just know that it will be available for replay after, if you want to catch the rest of it later. Oop. All right, there's the little heart details. I think they're mostly within the confines of the heart there, except for my fingers keep sticking. Let's go ahead and get that pulled up there. And then these little birds have cute little heart-shaped wings, which I love. I just gotta see, I think, are they the same-ish? Yeah, no. Okay, so let's get these little guys aligned. I might need to be a little off camera so my eyeballs can see what I'm doing here. Is it, maybe I don't have the right one. Aha, I found the problem. The wing is proprietary to a select bird. So keep that in mind if you're using this little guy. Okay, if I could just get it not to grab my fingers, that would be great. Okay, I feel like that's good enough. Oh, thanks, Roberta. I appreciate that. All right, sorry. That's gross, but it's mine, right? I'm licking my fingers. I don't have a bowl of water around, so it just is what it is. Okay, there's that. All right, I think this is, oh no, we have one more little bit of stamping to do on one of the little coffee mugs I pre-cut. So we'll do that here in a minute. But let's get these prepped and ready to go. I know I would not be able to do anything like this without a stamping platform. I almost can't even remember the days before a stamping platform. I know that I really did just very basic stamping because I wasn't very good at it. I had a hard time lining things up. Ugh, all the things. All of the tools that make our world easier are just so super nice. Okay, then I want one bird to have a red wing and one bird to have a blue wing, just because I think it's really darn cute. So for some reason, I'm going to do the teal here in a minute. For some reason, it's splotchy. I don't fully understand why. Okay, so let's clean these. Maybe I'll prep this one more time. Sometimes certain ink colors, the pigment that they have to use to get the color isn't always perfect, and so I think sometimes they may not spread on the ink, on the stamp as well as other colors, and that's just totally a pigment based thing. All right, did a little better job on that guy, but it's okay. I mean, wings move, right? I feel like I'm giving you guys a lesson in like what not to do today, but that's okay, right? Maybe those would have been better free ranged. I don't know. Maybe I would have been able to see them a little bit better. Okay, final last little bit of stamping that we need to do is I have this All You Need Is Love stamp here, and I pre-cut 2 of these little mugs. I'm not sure which one I want to use, so I am just going to stamp the sentiment to both. So we'll start with the bigger mug here, and I think we're going to put it at the top where it fits a little better. And this is going to be super simple stamping. It's just going to be in black. Okay, so there's that one. And then let's do it on the smaller guy as well. I don't know what made me pre-cut the coffee mugs. It's my brain sometimes. I probably really didn't need to pre-cut them, but I did. So, okay. Let's get the magnet on there. Okay. Okay, I feel like that looks pretty good. Maybe it's a little wonky, but that's okay. Absolutely, Krista. Giving yourself grace. I think you should just give yourself grace all the time. Crafting is supposed to be fun. And I mean, my inner perfectionist certainly comes out. But I have to remind myself it's handmade, not Hallmark. And in the end, it's going to someone you love, right? Maybe. Or, it's going to someone. And it's the thought that counts. Okay, so we have some die cutting to do before we start getting our card assembled. We did a lot of stamping there. So we've got, those are pre-done. Okay, holding on to that pink eraser, like my life depends on it for some reason. So the O is already cut out. We're nixing that X. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim this off because I don't need it. Okay, so let's align all of the dies here and get them cut out. Okay, we've got the cute little heart. And the X. I'm not sure if the X is specific. I think it is. Okay, good to know. All right. There's that guy. All right, so then this, we've got the little birds. I actually kind of like the wing a little off center on that bird. I actually don't mind that the stamping got a little wonky. It almost looks like it's lifting its wing. I'm just hoping it doesn't die cut off any of it. Oof. Guess we'll find out, huh? There we go. Snow on the edge of their wings. Bless them. Okay, so then that is the tag, which is from the main die set here, like so. Okay, so there is that. Now let's go ahead and also grab these guys and get them, their dies all lined up. Trim that down. That is funny, Kristen. Okay, so then this is one of these guys, I believe. Gotta go like so. So just for reference, I am using a combination of the original Tears of Cheer elements, which is the holiday themed one, and then the little add-on die set for Valentine's Day. So we've got just a combination of those. Oh, that's totally fair, Roberta. I agree. I'm pretty good about keeping my perfectionist at bay. Sometimes she rears her ugly head, I'm not going to lie. But for the most part, I try to just go keep it light, because all in all, this is a hobby, even though it is my career, and it should be fun. Always should be fun. Okay, I think we have all of the elements. So we've got to die cut these, and then we need to die cut a scallop frame to anchor everything, and we can get, oops, this bad boy assembled here. Okay. That is true. At least if it would ever snow here, realistically in my area, we could definitely have a lot of snow on Valentine's Day. I know my die cut machine is very old, or very loud, not old. Okay, so I just love all of these cute little pieces. And you know what? It cut a little funky, but he's still cute. I'm going to go with it. I love the wing being slightly off center, actually. I really, really do. I'm kind of obsessed with the fact that it's stamped a little wonky. Okay, so there's that. I don't normally do this, but for the sake of time, I'm going to put the dies away later. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep them on their elements here, and I will put them away after the live is over. So I'm just going to make sure they stay nice, safe, and sound in there. And then finally, where did that go? We need this guy, and I need to find a piece of, I want to use this nice light pink glitter cardstock. And I think that will work right there. Perfect. For reference, this pink glitter cardstock is from, it's Recollections brand from Michaels. It's kind of hard to find. You can't, well, at least when I shop online, I can't get it shipped to me. So basically, I just check everywhere I go. I check at the local Michaels. I don't have a local one, so I have to drive quite a ways. So I just check and see if they have any in stock. I am going to keep them very safe, Catherine, and literally the minute that I hit end on this live stream, I am going to put them away, because I hate the possibility of losing dies. It makes me crazy. So I totally agree with you on that. And look at that wonky. I just love the wonky little scallop. Ah, so cute. Okay, let's start assembling this fantastic card we made. Or all this fantastic card we made all the pieces for. Okay, so I have a pre-folded card base, and this is some Pure Poppy cardstock here. That is going to be our base. I do need to trim down the panel that we blended, but let me get this glued on first, and then, ooh, that's loud, sorry. We can let that glue sit, and I will go trim that panel real quick. Now, I could have taken the time to grab a die and cut the middle out of this, and I probably should have to save that cardstock, but don't have the time to do that today, so I'm just going to go with a full panel. normally I would make it into a frame and save that little inner piece of cardstock. I need to fill my little glue tube here. It's very empty. So fun fact, I just keep these little tubes and I just refill them with whatever glue I have on hand. So, but it definitely needs a refill and I did not realize that. Okay. That should probably be good enough. I love that glitter cardstock. It's one of my favorites. Ivory glitter is what got me hooked on that Recollections glitter cardstock. It's the 12 by 12 size that they have. So ivory glitter was my gateway color. And then I've been realizing how many other amazing colors that they have in it. So, and this pink is one of them and it's so pretty. Okay, I'm going to go trim this panel down a little bit and I'll be right back. So that is going to be our background. And I just want to glue it down because I'm going to pop this guy up. Oh, it's going to be so cute. But that glue is very, very empty. So let's try this glue. Maybe I can get the pin out. Hi. Okay, Mayhem Crafty Cards. Can you write, is your name Tara or is it Maria? I feel like I'm getting closer to remember it, but you'll have to remind me again. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you guys like my color combo. I love pink, red, and teal for Valentine's Day. I mean, I like it for lots of color, for lots of themes, but it's super, super cute on Valentine's Day, I think. Tara, thank you. See, I'm getting there, right? I'm getting there. I said it takes me a few times to remember screen names, and then I might occasionally have a brain not function, and I might have to ask again. But Tara, thanks, guys. I'm glad you like the background. Okay, so then let's pop this guy up with a little bit of foam tape. I am going to use my 1mm foam tape for this one because we're also going to pop up the little tear. So we're going to go a little, oh goodness, a little less dimension. Just want some nice natural shadowing. And then let's see, there-ish. I'm going to cut it in half. Like so. And like so. Thank you, Kelly. All right, and then let's center this as best I can. I just love all of those cute little hearts poking out. That's good enough to me. Okay, now moving on over to strips. All of this foam tape I'm using is from scrapbook.com. Some of my faves should be listed in the complete supply list that's linked in my video description if you're wanting to check out their foam adhesive. I love the 1mm. It's one of my faves. And then I have like an entire drawer of these strips in 1mm and 2mm. Then let's see. Oh, this little guy will probably go perfect right there. Okay, let's get this guy adhered. And then we'll decorate. And then I need to give some thought to jewels. So I'm not going to do jewels or bling or anything live. So you'll just have to see what I choose to do in the photos. Oh my goodness. Just look at how cute this little tear is. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Oh, not quite centered. Do a little better job. A little better job, Leah. There we go. Okay, let's see here. So I like the idea of maybe the heart. Actually, maybe, do I want the XO up there? And I think I like the smaller little guy. I think that's gonna go like so. I think it might go like that. Oops. So did I miss a little something on this tag? It feels very barren. I did. So you know what? I'm not gonna do it live, but I've missed the little strings on the tag. So I think the tag is just going to kind of hook onto this cute little ladder here, but I'm going to hold off on adhering it because I'm going to just stamp it with some black and get the little tag detail. I knew I was missing something. And that was it, actually. So I think I like that better here. What are you guys thinking of this placement so far? Are we loving it? Are we not? Let me know what you think. I might do the little heart, maybe. Ooh. I know, isn't this such a cute set? The little lovebirds have to go somewhere cute though. Maybe they will go like just right here in the very front. Ooh, I love it. Cute little birds. Oh, you know what? Maybe the little lovebirds will go with the coffee mug. There we go. Like so, and then I just got to find a place for this heart. Where I'm not going to use the bigger one. More pink on the bottom right. Perfect. So that is where the heart's going to go then. And I think I'm just going to actually tuck the heart in. I know that doesn't look like it's actually on the cheer, but I think the heart's just going to go with the word love, like so. Okay, I will adhere everything down except for the tag. I'm going to, I am going to fix the tag and get that little added detail piece that I missed on it first. It'll just be black. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to do it in black. So nothing that you're missing too much of. Okay, so some of these I think need to be popped up with foam like the X and the O, but let's do the 1 millimeter variety here. For that, so just a little dimension. Go there. Thanks, guys. I'm glad you like it, and thanks for hanging in there with me. I know my life's gone a little longer than normal today. A lot of little things to do on this card, and it's just like it's not stuff you can really do much prep work on. You just kind of have to do it. I think if I'd done too much prep work, it wouldn't have made sense how it works. So thanks for hanging in there with me today while I've gone a little over my time here. Well, I mean, it's my channel. I can go as long as I want, but I've gone longer than I normally do. Okay, so it's not going to be pretty, but because it's a very, very small curve. But if you take the release paper off of your foam adhesive, you can curve it a little easier to curvy pieces like this. Oh, I'll show you. I know it's tiny, so my fingers were kind of all in the business, but you see I can curve it. Just a little tip. You take that off, it works. Okay, that I'm going to set aside so I can fix it. This is just going to be glued down with some glue. The top and the bottom there. Get that out of the way for a minute. Okay, stick that on there. Let's pop this guy up with a little bit of foam adhesive as well. Thanks, Deborah. I'm glad. I'm glad you like watching it all come together. Like I said, it would have been really hard to pre-do. Like I'm not even sure why I pre-cut the mugs. Probably because I'm like, well, that's one less thing that has to be done live, because I knew this would take a little bit longer than most of my cards. Okay, so there is that guy. All right, now let's do our cute little birds, which you're just going to glue directly onto the little tier itself. Oh, nice. I'm glad you got some fun new glitter cardstock. I love my Recollections glitter cardstock. Okay, I want their little beaks to show. Okay, there we go. Almost like they're kissing. Oh, cute, right there. Love birds. I'm happy to hear that you don't mind longer lives here and there. That's helpful for me to know, just because a card like this does take a little bit longer. So that is super helpful to know, that it doesn't bother you if here and there I go a little over. I try to stick to an hour, but sometimes it's just not always possible. Okay. Okay, let's add, oh, that's too much. Too much. Thank you guys. Okay, so this guy is going to tuck back here. Thank you, Norma. I'm glad you're liking it. I'm actually super thrilled with how it's turned out. I wasn't completely sure how all would look, but I think it's all coming together really super darling. Okay, oh, my stomach is growling, which is telling me I need to eat lunch directly after putting my dies away. Okay, let's finish off with our little heart garland here. Maybe right on that little middle heart too. And kind of get that setting in place there. And that, we'll add the little tag just on the ladder there once I have the little actual tie stamped in place there. And I think that is going to be, this is just so cute. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it come together. I know it's kind of a hot mess here and there with my stamping, but hopefully you're okay with the fact that I kept it real and was honest about that. And either learn from my don'ts, or just feel confident that even those of us that do this as a hobby or as a career, we make little oops and mistakes all of the time as well. So don't ever forget that. All right, I am going to flip my camera around here. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Oops, wrong button. Okay, move this out of my face. All right. Thank you, friends, so much for joining me, hanging in there for about an hour and a half with me. I really do appreciate it. I did talk for about 10, 15 minutes beforehand. So truly, I actually was pretty close to an hour if you think about it, because I talked your ear off for a very long time at the beginning about all of these other things. So Kelly's asking me what time zone I'm in. I am in Mountain time zone. Ow. All right. Thank you guys so much. I love all of the little doodads and everything. You could really just go to town with this set and just like sit and stamp all of the elements multiple times and then make like a little jig with your dies. This could be one. Other than maybe not heat embossing the tier, maybe just die cutting it from a specialty paper might make them go a little quicker. But you really truly, I think, can make this card multiple times and it's not too bad. You know what? I don't even mind the little wonky heart on the banner. I'm not going to fix it. Look for the wonky heart in the photos because it doesn't bother me that much now that I have put the card together. Thank you so much, Sissy Sue. Thank you all for joining me. So, reminder, anybody that came in later, big announcement made yesterday. I am an instructor for the next SBC Fest with scrapbook.com that takes place in March 13th to be exact, which is a Friday. I do have all of the post information on my blog right now, so you can click over to my website, leahLawsonCreates.com, and get all of that information. My class kit is so cute. The entire bundle is so cute. They're all a great price right now. Plus, you can use the discount code and all of the freebies that scrapbook.com has available right now. So if you want to join me in March for SBC Fest, I would love to see you there. And I'd love to see your projects that you create, either based on my card creations or if you go your own way. I just love seeing it. Yes, it is on Friday the 13th. I am not superstitious, so that doesn't bother me. But if it does bother you, feel free to watch the replay on Saturday. Also, so if you're not signed up for my emails, I did send out an email with all of the SBC Fest information. And actually right now, if you sign up for my emails, you get a little confirmation email from me that links to my last email. And I have left the SBC Fest email in that link for now. So even though technically my most recent email was the one about this live, I did leave the SBC Fest email in there. Lee, did you see that there's a cat die set as one of the kits? So you could totally make a black cat for SBC Fest. So don't get the whole bundle or find, I think it's Marie's class that it has a little cat die in it. So, or not a little cat die, it's a big cat die. Anyway, totally sidetracked there. So I will not be live again on my channel this week, but I will be live on Friday on the Alex Iberia Designs YouTube channel. So click over there. It's already scheduled under her live tab. Click on the little notification bell so you don't miss it. I'll also do all of my normal stuff. I'll create an event on my Facebook page and send out an email notification. But it's not my channel this week. It's Alex Iberia Designs. And I'm going to be featuring her brand new January release that goes live that day. So if you got time on Friday, I hope you'll join me for that. I typically do always go over an hour because we take a peek at the whole release first before I get going. So, but I would love to see you on Friday for that. Other than that, I'm probably going to add a couple jewels or bling to this, and then I'll get it photographed and update the thumbnail in the next couple of days. And I will share it at some point on my social media. So thanks you guys so much for joining me. I love getting to spend a few hours with you each week. And I know I'm just replying to your comments, but it feels like connection to me. And I love when you guys join me. So I really appreciate it. And I think that's all I have for you. I will stop talking your ear off and let you go. But hopefully I will see you guys Friday on the Alex Iberia Designs YouTube channel. Bye for now.